mean you would expect to be the guy going out on the field in Athens on the 30th? I mean, how do you kind of quantify this new status?
It's just I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, being a leader of this team, and, kind of be a leader to other people on the team and the offense. Going into fall camp, I'm the starter, but like Coach Sweeney and Coach Morris told me that, the quarterback position is not always a lifetime contract, and, you got to go in there and you always got to perform. So, I'm going to get better this summer. I'm going to get the team better, and we're going to go into fall, and, we're going to strive to be our best.
So best put, maybe it's your job now to not lose, I guess. Maybe is that the best way to put it?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
Kind of felt like people would look at that Chad situation and say, well, Cole's now the starter by default, but you pretty much have to feel like you won that job regardless if he was here or not, right?
Yeah, I try not to listen to what other people have to say, like, oh, you went by default. I kind of just been like, all right, it's said, everything's been done with, and, we're going to move on from here, and we're going to make the team better, and, we're going to strive to be our best.
Take away the fact that it was a three-way battle in spring. There's the fact that Taj has moved on. Suddenly you're the one who's been here the longest of anyone who's been competing for this job. Did you maybe, as spring ball, continue to kind of look around and think, you know what, why shouldn't I be the leader since I am the elder statesman?
You can't really think of like all of that too much. You still got to go out there and perform, like I said, and you just got to be the best you can be, and you got to be a leader and someone who motivates the guys to keep them going and get the team together, and you just got to try and strive to be the best. You still got to perform, and you got to show that you can be the guy. So every day I kind of went out there, did the best I could do, been a leader, always had a positive attitude to all the guys, and I think it kind of went that way throughout the whole spring. So.
Did you do anything to put your mark on the team early, or leave no doubt in anybody's mind that this is your team? Do you calculate anything, or does it come gradually?
It's just everything that I've learned over the years with the coaches and with Taj. He's really showed how to be a positive example for the players and really showed how to be a leader and motivate everyone. And I think I've learned a lot from Taj and all the other coaches to step up and be that guy.
But you're a different guy.
Right.
You're a different personality. You don't want to be Taj Boyd. You can't be Taj Boyd. But how do you beat Cole Stoudt?
I just kind of be me, show up with a positive attitude every day. Just kind of do the best I can to build relationships with everyone on the team and just make people better through me and my way. Just kind of just to show as a example to be in the program.
The guys that I've talked to seem to trust you and admire you. Is that surprising at all, or is that something you've strived for?
I think that's something that you build with relationships over the years and everything. Going out there and playing with these guys, they become your family. I've been with these guys since day one, and we come in here, when they come in here, we put our arms around, be like, all right, welcome to the family. So I think it's just the trust you develop with everyone over the years is really big to our program, especially with Clemson. It's a big family-like atmosphere. Even if you're not on the team, you're still part of the family.
Clearly, you're not going to be satisfied with where you are right now, just being the guy. But when Coach told you that it's your job now, did you allow yourself to feel kind of good about it for a few minutes or a night or whatever?
Yeah, I was happy, but I was also excited. But it's just another thing saying, all right, you're the guy going into fall, so you got to now start stepping up and just keep doing what you're doing, constantly improving yourself every day and making the team better. So for a second I was really happy, and then I was like, all right, now we got to get to work and everything. We got to develop the team, and we're going to strive to be our best.
How much is your game experience you've had over the last couple of years? I'm thinking everybody thinks that you're this new guy, but there's times you've been thrown in the fire, like a couple years against BC when Taj hurts his hip and goes on a card, and all of a sudden you're in there and you're in charge of winning the game.
It's actually very helpful because with the more experience you have, the more comfortable you are in the game, and everything starts to slow down a little more, and you can make your reads better, and the more comfortable you are with the whole offense and the experience and the whole crowd and being able to drain that out, it's very you guys kind of keep on a calm level the whole time, and you just know how to control the situations, and you can just help your team get in the end zone.
Are you ready for all the distractions that come with being the starting quarterback as well? I'm sure you've seen it with Taj the last 3 years. Are you ready for what that responsibility is?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I know that there's going to be some scrutiny every now and then, but it's just got to be a way that you just got to drain that out and just keep just doing you and getting your team the best that they can be.
This is your first time, I guess, in 4 years since you were a senior in high school. You know going into a season, you're probably the starting quarterback, or however you want to say it. What's the difference now compared to then? Is there a difference? What's the comfort level maybe knowing, I've got the starting job?
It's the starting job's always like how it is. Even in high school, it's still you got to go out there and perform. And, coming into a college situation, it's more of a business-like situation than it is in high school. Pressure's a little bit different, but you still got to go out there and, be the best that you can be and, show the program good things and everything, and you got to get the team the best they can be.
Do you think Chad Morris will call the game differently with you as a quarterback compared to Taj? You guys are two different kinds of quarterbacks.
I don't think he will. We'll see how it goes though. I know that when I had to go in for games, Coach Morris will look at me and be like, "Hey, game plan's not changing. We're staying the same. We're still gonna throw, do the reads and everything." And and I've succeeded at that. So, and we did it all through spring. I think it'll be about the same, but it could have a little more wrinkles and everything. It'd be a little bit different knowing that Taj isn't here.
Taj said that if he was in your situation after waiting 3 years to be the starter, and he's told, "Oh, you're going to be in a quarterback competition," he don't think he would have handled it as graceful as you did. Can you talk about when you were told after all this time you've been waiting that you're going to have to win the job, what that was like, and your mentality going into it?
Me and my dad, we've talked about it, and my dad always told me that yes, it's a competition, and it's always going to be a competition. No matter what level you're at, they're always going to bring the next guy in to try and the next best guy. So it's always a competition. Every day is a competition. So going into spring saying there's going to be a competition, I just say, all right, well, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do the best that I can do. I'm going to perform the best that I could possibly be, lead the best way I can, and it's going to be the coach's decision, but I know I'm going to give it up my all and do everything that I can. Yeah. So.
Among the many things, and I'll ask you about that in a second, but among the many things your dad has impacted on you, he had to sit behind a guy who eventually ended up in the Hall of Fame. Has that maybe helped because you would have sit behind a guy who's going to be in Clemson's Hall of Fame one day?
Yeah, me and my dad, we really connect on that because, Terry Bradshaw, he's one heck of an athlete and wins Super Bowls and everything. And my dad knows what it's like, so he knows how I was feeling. He may have had a little more edge on it and everything, but I'm like, I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to be the best that I can be, perform to my level. And he understood what I was talking about. He knew that every day I had to go in, prepare to be the starter. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of years. Even when I was behind Taj, I had to prepare to be the starter because there are situations like my freshman year when Taj went down against Boston College. I had to go in there and let him down for a game-winning drive, and we ended up winning the game. And I had to go in there a few other times, and I was prepared and I felt comfortable with it, and just preparing to be the starter every day has helped me improve myself as a player and a part of this team.
And again, from your dad, you've inherited obvious skills, but can you talk about some of the things? I heard you after the spring game say you'd go watch film of them. I've heard you've worked out with them in the indoor facility. I mean, a lot of sons of former quarterbacks maybe don't get that impact. Can you just kind of go over some of the things and how he's helped you with working out and film study and all that?
It's tremendous because when I'm not here working with Coach Morse and any other coaches, I can go home with my dad, and on off days over the weekend we can go to the indoor and throw. And we have iPads where we have all the game film on it, so I can go home after a game or something like that and just sit around with my dad. We just talk football and everything, and he's been a huge help in my development for this program and being a class leader, just someone who is very I don't know how to say, like a leadership role. I've learned so much from him, and everything he tells me I always do because he's made it. He's been in the NFL for 15 years. He knows what it takes to get there. So when he tells me how something's supposed to be done, I can't really say anything against him. I'll be like, all right, yeah, okay, you're right.
Cole, was there ever a time here at Clemson where you seriously considered, I don't know if I can take it anymore, and I'm specifically thinking maybe January 2013 when Todd says, okay, I'll be back for another season instead of, jumping to the NFL.